Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Minister, thank you very much for having me this afternoon. I wanted to say just a few words about my own experience, but also about the Accenture experience as well. So as you've heard, I work for Accenture, a multinational consulting and outsourcing firm. We operate out of 56 countries, and our clients range across a broad range of different industries and industry groups. We have clients in banking, we have clients in government, we have clients in pharma, IT, and a range more as well. Tina started mentioning my role. I have a few different roles, but the most important one, as is relevant for today, is that I lead Accenture Shared Services. Effectively, what we've done is we've sort of now moved it on to extending to business services as well, which basically means that we run Accenture's business for us. We do this for most of the countries in Europe and in Africa as well. And basically, I have a team of around 200 professionals that are responsible for doing this work. 50% of my team are Irish, the other 50 are non-Irish, and that for me is the mix that actually makes the unit work and work very well. As you can hear from my accent, I'm not from Ireland. I'm originally from KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. I met my wife in Ireland, in South Africa. She's from Ireland originally, and we got married there. We moved back to Ireland in 1999, and we have 3 sons together. For Accenture, the business partnership or the relationship with Epic started around sort of early 2014, if I'm not mistaken. And it was, as Tina mentioned, this was part of Accenture's Skills to Succeed initiative. Globally, we have a target of skilling up around 3 million people with workplace entrepreneurial skills by the year 2020. And every single country in Accenture does their own bit towards that contribution. Here in Ireland, just with Epic, we have, at the end of June, we'll have had over 100 Epic volunteers come through our doors. And a lot of the work that we do is in sort of 3 main categories. The first one is around skills training, where we sort of will develop, or not just develop, but we'll actually pass on specific skills training, things like project management, finance, and that type of thing. We do a lot of mock interviews and interview skills training as well. And the one that seems to work very well is the peer-to-peer discussions, where you can sit down with a member of Accenture and have conversations about how their experience has been, what's worked for them, and some tips and tricks. I know for me personally, and the reason I got involved in Epic was because of my own experience coming to this country in '99. My experience coming from South Africa, the culture in a lot of areas is very similar between South Africa and Ireland, and English is my first language, so for me this shouldn't have been a big deal, it shouldn't have been a big problem. And it wasn't a problem, but it was interesting just how little things turned out to be quite big challenges in those early days. And it was the ability to be able to go and speak to people that really helped me to sort of get settled. I had a wife who hadn't lived in Ireland for many, many years. I had a young son, 10 months old, and I didn't know how to do the things that would come naturally to somebody who sort of lives here. And I thought most of you would have gone through that experience as well. So that's my own personal reason for getting involved. As a company, Accenture in Ireland and my business unit is specifically involved because of the benefit that groups like Epic actually bring to us. A lot of the work that we do in Accenture in Ireland, in my unit specifically, is complex. And when you are dealing with complex work, it's not good enough that you have somebody that can speak one of the languages that you need as a second language. You actually need people from that country. They need to be able to understand the nuances, they need to be able to understand the slight subtleties. And that's what actually makes my unit very successful in Accenture's terms and externally as well. We do a lot of client visits externally where we talk to people about what we're doing and how we do it. And our secret sauce is in our diversity, in our cultural mix, in the 50-50 that I spoke about earlier. A lot of the benefits that we gain, we sort of see, through things like, I'll give you 2 examples. The first one is that we've recently hired a business writer. That business writer Again, it's important that it's not just somebody who has that as a second language, but they're able to understand the differences, the subtleties, the nuances of the dialect specifically. The business writer is actually going to be doing things like marketing blurbs, will be writing speeches for people, will be helping with client proposals and client bids. And actually getting that in a localized language, localized setting is vitally important if we're to differentiate ourselves from our competitors, not just externally within business to business, but also countries as well. And that has been a huge help to us. Another example is our tax rolls that we've recently got in. Tax was one of those things that my clients have said to me, that's the role that we can actually leave this country, that needs to stay in this country. We're now broken that mold. We're getting tax rolls into Ireland from people who are tax qualified in the various jurisdictions in Europe and in Africa as well. So those are just some examples of the benefit that this group and all of you bring to the businesses in Ireland. I wanted to conclude by just saying thank you very much to all of you, but thank you to EPIC, thank you to BITC and Minister Reardon for supporting Immigration Ireland and also for supporting business in Ireland as well. Thank you very much.